got flipped. Ah. Rob Smith, it's July 19th, 2026. I'm going to start off with Haba to Be, make something up as I go. Yeah, it's still a little. Now, I admit I adjusted this because I was doing a live earlier.
So if you're getting ready to work on some of the albums in your phone, it's actually a really cool tool that
All right. I got a little background music here. Okay. I am here. Oh, let's see, not here. I need to move this over here because I can't really see it unless I do that. All right. Oh, Shay White. Well, you need to start eating some bad food so you start feeling bad. It's not good to always feel great. Good to have that balance in life, that objective view. I read what you wrote, which was rabbit book chair. Now I'm not looking for scenes. That's what I'm good at doing. You throw a couple words at me, I create things. See? So that's fine to do, rabbit, book, and chair, but that doesn't mean I'm going to draw. Otherwise, you kind of ask for a commission, which I know you didn't mean to do. But no, I just asked for a few words. Who knows what I'll come up with, just like all the other ones I've done. I didn't have a script. I made them up. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at being extremely spontaneous and creative with just almost nothing. I can make anything out of nothing. It's what I've been doing for 47 years. It's a lot of fun. So it's interesting. Usually I wouldn't take all three. I just ask for one, but I'm having trouble getting anything from anybody these days. So, thank you for tossing a few words this way. I was doing some coloring earlier, but I wasn't doing it live. Just so I could, I don't have to worry about all the copyright stuff, which is a severe thing to worry about here, as it should be. And I found something. I was getting something out of my car, and I don't know. I think this is a new pen. This is a new brush. Let's find out. That's what I always say. Oh yeah. I'm not quite clear where. I think I had this out for the homeschool convention. And I didn't take it in. It was on the bottom of a. And as I said, I was watercoloring, and I watercolored that. So that's all done now. Of course, I drew this here about, well, it was last week, I guess. It was one of the first things I did when I got here in Pensacola. I wonder what that means the other sides. And please get a chance. I appreciate all the thumbs up I can get. Or if you haven't subscribed, please do. Oh, that's right. Now I've got a problem. I've got a big chair and most of the books. Oh, well, if I use this pen, I can't watercolor. I think that's, yes, not, ooh. I already did that. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is waterproof. And I think that's waterproof. Let me go to this other one. Gotta remember these things. Oh, that one's really out of ink. Okay. Be shocked to know how many zillion brush pens I've got. I am trying to keep the some of these this running out of ink, and I'll show that in just a minute as we revisit. So the next part is going to be revisiting the Cypress Gardens I started yesterday, which also oddly enough involves rabbits and Southern bells. Oh, Shay White's in the UK. Where's what I'm running? Where's what I'm running? Where'd it go? Oh, it's here. Rose and Maloney. Rose and Maloney. You ever watched that series? Actually, it's on YouTube. I forget how I came across. I was looking for something else. I ended up finding, oh, Kingdom with Stephen Fry. Which I like Kingdom quite a bit. A lot of people did. Now I see why. I think it got way too political in its last season, which could explain the cancellation. Everything seemed to have a political angle to it. It was better when it was a little bit more lighter and silly. But ain't that the way these days? I guess I'm in the second season of Rose and Maloney. It's also taken a little political. What they think they get success? We'll go political. No, wait a minute. No, you don't. It's not what made. That's not what got you to the second season. And that could explain why it only had, I think, 2. What was this out of ink? I need to grab some more pens. I got lots of them. We were talking yesterday about Pat Oliphant with it, drawing Jimmy Carter in a checkered jacket. Well, let's just continue that. It's pretty simple, this is. Oh, there's the Blue Pyromaniac. Hello. I'm Okie Dokie. Now, have you been here before? I'm not sure. Now, I was pretty active here 3 years ago until I had a couple of things happen. When I got hacked. This is my Swampy, Florida. The only 2 that really survived the hacking. Everything else got bludgeoned to death. Let's say this bunny's reading Hegel. Aren't we all reading Hegel after all? We should be. I don't know if I'll put color. Some of these I'm not going to put color on, only if I think it's. I was going to add color just here in the last hour to this, I started rethinking that. I'm not sure if I will. I'm actually trying to get my hands better at using the watercolor, which I did so much earlier this year and had to stop because my life turned over and turned over and turned over. And I saw Shay White as, yeah, I don't like compare. You mean in the original books by Lewis Carroll? That I would take as a compliment. Anything involving the Disney military industrial complex, I take as a grand insult. And it's just like I don't think it's right if someone compares something you draw to others. That's not right. Your drawing is you draw, and drawing is I draw. We all don't draw the same, and that's good, as it should be. We have styles. I saw someone. Norman is a well-known Disney animator who's not pure Disney, thank God. Anyway, he had done a Song of the South comic strip, I guess back in the somewhere around 70 or so, and someone said, "Oh, looks like Walt Kelly." What, are you kidding me? People are just so dumb. I just don't learn about. Walt Kelly came from the whole Disney thing, which is where Floyd Norman came. So it's the other way around. Yeah, if anyone tells you, Shay White, that your stuff looks like whatever, nope, that's your work. That's not someone else's. And it's work. Saw again someone calling this, it's art. No, it's not. It's artwork. I'm doing bunch of damn lines put together to make something. These people trying to think that they're doing something that's otherworldly. No, you're just putting lines on paper and it's creating whatever. Just like however this got put together in the background here. Hopefully that's a real piano, not some synthesized nonsense. Someone who's learned how to play piano. A regular Richard Rogers. No, Richard Rogers. Richard Rogers, yes. You must be glad we have styles and individually approach things in our way, whatever that may be. I am keeping these dry brushes, but I need to keep them separate, which I should. This one's gotten dry here over the last couple of days, hasn't it? Because I've been using it. I've been collecting books. Yeah, me too. Books, and more books. I'm sorry, I've got too many in the storage room right now. Yeah, I can't survive without books around me. Most folks cannot understand that. And that's why there's something wrong with most folks, you know. Hope you're reading a lot too. I'm way behind for this year. Finished one today. Should have another done tomorrow. I'm having to read some quick fiction just to kind of catch up, which I feel sad about, but I got time problems. One thing is I've got a clock ticking involving doing this artwork stuff. I'm trying to do it as quick as I can. I'll probably try to keep up what I did last week, doing a noontime something with color. Maybe we'll see. If I may start doing more color off YouTube, just so I can play music or like Serenade Radio out of the UK. All right, let me add a little, define this a little bit. Yeah, read all you can. As I say, and I'm sure Shay White's heard me say this, I draw because I read. You don't have understanding, you can't do it. You can, but it'll show. Rabbit. Yeah, coming up to rabbit time again. I think it was the last live I did in Ocala, or outside of Ocala. Yeah, I'm gonna go start doing some more fantasy stuff. I don't have any boards ready. I'm still waiting for that arm to come in. God, I thought I'd be getting it by now, and I have not. A lot of other stuff's coming, but not that. Today is 7/19. Well, it's just something. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Very kind of you. I don't thank enough people. I admit my teaching ways gets in my way. Always trying to help with guidance. So you hadn't heard of Rose and Maloney? It was only a couple seasons. It's on YouTube, free. That's not usually my source of materials, but Kingdom was there, and I started watching that. And the same folks who have Kingdom on here have Rose and Maloney, so that's where I am. I don't like the graphic murder programs. Those aren't fun at all to me. I thank everyone who's here and came here. We had a few people here. The more I interact, the better I am at this. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm not going to be able. I forgot I used. Because I believe this is not waterproof. Yeah, water-based. Oops. I mean, I can be really delicate, but I think I did that before and learned, no, there ain't no way around it. All right, so that's, again, I did it that quick. Let's go visit our friends. You know, I don't have the picture up. That's all right. And the idea is to come in with this. In this case, I do want a dry brush so I don't drop on the floor. Or actually, I could even use the gray. In fact, I need to do. Hold on. One thing I forgot. Oh shoot! Sorry. I've spun my erasers away. Here they are. Just kind of put some pencil on here. I'm just going to kind of let it go away a little bit. In that I can draw without having pencil lines. I don't make enough use of that. Then have those in my way later on. Just kind of get rid of them. All right. But I was going to say, Shay, why, if you're still here, did you leave? These rabbits. Um, is that, yeah, I saw that you were on Instagram, but you hadn't posted for a year, 2 years? You should be posting myself. Especially you had a lot of interaction going on. You can't get now, you lost it. And this is going to continue my Viewing Florida series. This is a view of Cypress Gardens, Southern Bells. Cypress Gardens was a big place with a pool that looked like the shape of Florida, built for Esther Williams. It was actually built to entice Esther Williams to make movies. Richard Thorpe was the director of many of those films, and he too was enticed to come out and have films made, which it then did occur. It was the fellow doing that is a fellow named Dick Pope, and he was very successful at doing that. No, I'm not reading anything. I know too much about our state. One thing he knew was Southern Bells. It's funny how we've turned against Southern Bells, and that they were a major way to get people here. If you plan on watercoloring this. There's a rabbit. They wore giant gowns that spread all over the ground, which is amazing considering how hot it was here. Though it is definitely hotter these days because of all the concrete and asphalt we put down. Especially where Cypress Gardens is, it used to have a couple 2-lane roads around it. Now it's got 5 and 6-lane roads all around it, and a whole bunch of buildings that weren't there when it got started. So yeah, it's a lot hotter. And it's not called Cypress Gardens anymore. It's called Legoland. I wish it stayed Cypress Gardens. And I admit that my wife's cousin was one of the last owners and sold it to Legoland. I think that was a big mistake. Yeah, well, Southern Belles. Here in the United States, we had Southern Belles that wore big gowns. Part of our U.S. history. And this place, Cypress Gardens, had Southern Belles all over the property. And you take a boat ride, and there were Southern Belles there. You get pictures of them. These were not cheap gowns. Let me tell you, they were expensive. Big too and hot. Feel bad for the ladies who wore them. Yeah, Wiki Watch, you could just put on a mermaid outfit, but Cypress Gardens, you had to do a lot more. Kind of dash in this. I'll come back in with details later. Kind of like the difference between Manchester and well, even southern London. Different mindset, different clothes, different ways of speaking. Same was true, except it was a much longer distance here than the UK. I'm gonna put these in there. Put the flowers in with paint, and then I'll kind of just give myself a little outline here. I'll work around it. I might do this live. I might not. I might do it tomorrow at noon. Go. I'll fill in the rest with paint and all. Watercolor. But I think colors were blue and yellow. So I may make that blue, that yellow, and that'll work with all the green. It'll also be here. How are we doing on time? 6:30. Oh my, I'm only at 6:30. Holy cats. Because I am speeding up, which is what I want to do. A little more quicker than I thought. Well, I want to scan that in before I do too much more with it. I could draw something else. I could add some watercolor to something. I could do all kinds of things. There's some pictures I want to return to that go back a ways. Wow, I've done a lot of artwork in the past week. Holy cats. I've not done this much artwork since doing caricature almost. Yeah, I've got all these pictures I did earlier. This is from, actually it's from May 13th last year. But I'd like to come back here and kind of finish some of these. You may remember some of the fairy ones I did. When was this? Yeah, that was last year. Yeah, you don't remember. This is this year because I just got that stuff. I think it's this year. But how am I put any dates on these things? And these all go up on Fine Art America. I've been piled in 6 or 7 yesterday. I don't know when these were done. I think I have the dates on my logging. This was from Mermaid Day, but that wasn't this year. That was last year. Well, I don't know. I don't know when I did these. So much has been happening. I thought that wasn't that this year? Yeah, January 20, 2026. I may just leave that like it is. Oh, and this is already up. This is already up on Fine Art America. This is part of the Visiting Florida series. Swanee River Drive. And what was this? Well, some of these are done. Didn't I do that this year? You know, I got to put some dates on these things. I'm not going to paint that. Not strong enough for me, to me. There's some nifty things there, but I'm not crazy about that. Okay, see you later, Shay White. I don't know when that was either. That is from last year, August 17th last year. I think I was thinking I was going to do this, but this is from April last year, and I don't know when I did that one. But I could add color to any of this. Get that up. Any feedback, any thoughts? Feel free to jump in and say, hey, could you do this? I need to finish this. This is going to be, what I need to do here to finish this is going to get real techie. I got to really concentrate because I've got these little things all on the top of their heads to do. And I'm not going to want to do that live. Unfortunately, I haven't gotten to it at all now. It's only been, within the past week I even did it. At least you shouldn't get it. It's blank. Gotta keep organized. Gotta keep organized. Any thoughts? No? Shay White's gone. Anyone else here? Quiet on the western front. I'd love to add some light blue here, but I just don't feel. What do you think? Add light blue or keep it as it is? I want to keep it as it is. And that too. And that too. The thing is, there's some little sparkly stuff on there, but you can't see it unless you come up. It doesn't scan at all well. And I'm going to let that go as it is too. I'm going to put all this up on Fine America. See, you got the sparkly stuff? See the sparkly stuff? Yep. Yeah, these are all done. They just need to go up on the... Fine Art America. I don't know what to do with that because that's copyright infringement. I don't remember why I did either. Yeah, I'm okay to paint these, I guess. That's weird. Lizard enough. No responses. I'm gonna take his. I like this a lot. Somehow the corner got bent badly. I can't remember when I did it. Oh, gosh. That's just big. But it's on water. It's actually on watercolor paper. Just when I start doing the watercolor, I know it's boring. Nothing thrilling about it. It's tedious. I know that. One reason why I've been not doing it, I was not doing it today, because I know it's just boring as all get out. This is big. I don't know why the heck I made it so big. I did, but I made it big. I really work better when I put it upside down. So then you got your darkness. Hey there, how are you doing? Unicorn. There's Unicorn again. Thank you for coming by, Unicorn. I already did the improv drawing. I'm building up more to put up on Fine Art America or wherever we put it, and building up to coming up this week. Or I'm going to be working on some children's books, children's book illustrations. I don't want to look like those fairy drawings, but that's hard for me. I'm not. I'm more the guy who'll kick the door down to for whatever, compared to the little tip tip tip. That's hard for me to do. Let's do it a little earlier on my own, but taint my thing. And that's why I think I was so good at that. Still good at doing the caricature stuff, because I can just knock it out. Bang, bang, bang. Bob Ross was born and raised at Daytona Beach. A lot of people don't know that. He did most of his work out of a studio over on what's now called Ronald Reagan Boulevard along the railroad tracks in Longwood. He would fly to Indiana to go do those TV things he did and fly back again. Of course, he's dead now. His family runs the Bob Ross Studios over at New Smyrna Beach. You can go take classes there. And I am a professional at this. Been being paid for 47 years, so I'm not playing here. I'm working just like Bob Ross. Where the Bob Ross didn't really work to make money. Well, then again, in some ways, I guess I'm not either. Well, the intent of this, and certainly when I do the children's book illustrations, as I've done so many children's book illustrations, is to hopefully do the best job I can. So yeah, I am a professional at this. I'm not this isn't play. I'm not sure where the mindset is today. Maybe other folks are thinking everything that you see online is play. My friend Raymond Leonard, who has one of the channels on YouTube, he ain't playing either. Are you want me to take one or to teach one? I'm not. If I teach, I'm going to charge folks. To seriously teach folks, I'm not doing it for free. I certainly don't need a Bob Ross tutorial. As I said, I can teach, and I have. I've taught all ages over the last. Well, I've been professionally working for I'm in my 48th year, actually. I've been teaching for 86, 87, whatever that is, whenever that was. 40-odd years. Taught everything from kindergarten to college level. Taught comic books. And that's my real training. So again, I'm more ink on paper, go. Ink on paper, go. Ink on paper, go. This little stuff makes me crazy. So I just don't have a lot of patience for the little. As I say, I'm more to knock the door down to get something done than I am to. When I also worked professionally in the government. When I did that too. Want to get something done? You go get something done. I just get results. That's the key. So I know I'm doing cutesy stuff, but there's nowhere to do. There's nothing to do with comics anymore. It's all a bunch of damn shite, political nonsense, one way or the other. Days of Jack Kirby and Neil Adams are gone. Ray Leonard's trying to do his own, and I know I had to concentrate there for a moment. Hello, there's someone else who's been in the biz for a little while. How are you? Where are you? I don't know where you are. You know, I'm over in Pensacola right now for the next few months. I'm doing a ton of artwork. Here, I'll turn this off. This may be more in the way. I don't know what the hell it's doing. Come on. The hell's get out of here. I don't know what you hear.
How are you? Where are you? I don't know where you are. You know, I'm
Here, I turned it off.
right now.
All right. How you doing, Teresa? That's Teresa Farrington. You've got a channel on here. Go to Okie Artist. Go track her down. Now, I thought Shay Whyte had a channel here. He doesn't. So where are you, Teresa? I know you were in Pennsylvania, but you're not now. Teresa's more patient. Goes for the more patient side of things. I ain't patient. Get down, get down. I have been a children's book illustrator. I've illustrated many children's books. I got 2 to start illustrating again this coming week. Trying to get my head back in. I've been working politics, working our governor's race here in Florida and some county commission and school board races. So I came here to Pensacola a week ago, and now I've been back into the artistic stuff. Makes me crazy because I love pop. My family's been in Florida politics for 100+ years, and I've been real involved for 40 years. Worked everything from presidential to the smallest, every kind of seat. Imagine you want to get elected somewhere, I can get you there. Paul Fair ended last night. Headed to Norman Rockwell Museum in Michigan on Tuesday. Isn't he from New England? Why does he have a museum in Michigan? Or is that just how backward the people in the New England are? We don't want that stuff here. Mom, Paul. What was it? Because Paul Kenna was from New England. He was a Percy Kilbride. Which was from. Yeah, that's the reason I'm doing these here is because I've got to get myself back in the mindset of doing children's books. Now, I admit I can do a lot of things, but it's hard to shift gears. So I was talking yesterday about political cartoons and the death of Pat Oliphant, and it was drawing. Those are here. Where are those? Where the hell those go? I was showing the difference between how he would draw Jimmy Carter and George W. Bush. Oliphant was terrific. You can't have it today. People cannot. Oh, here it is, right here. They cannot understand the mindset of just finding all sides funny. Yeah, Jimmy Carter. He drew Jimmy Carter with a big suit that was too big for him because he was trying to handle Mideast policy. He had no head for it. He's from Georgia, and I'm not saying that he's from Georgia that makes him bad. We certainly had some good people there. What was his? Hamilton Jordan was one of his assistants. Jordan was pretty good at this stuff. Carter was not, and his whole thing was Anwar Sadat and Yasser Arafat was all charade. It was really nothing that came of it, but that was just silly. But then again, you had George W. Bush doing the same thing. He wasn't qualified. He had people on his staff but he was running around acting like he could do the stuff. He can't any more than President Trump can. You have to have a Kissinger type person around. You have to have someone who knows how to work the scenes. And I don't care what you do in the Mideast, you can't win. Anyway, but this is how Oliphant drew George W. Bush trying to deal with foreign policy in a little tiger suit because they're just being silly and it's ridiculous stuff. And I'd love to get back to political cartoons. There's nowhere to go. That's the problem. Unless you go one extreme or the other extreme. And I think I'm not an extreme guy about that. But if you want to get in office, I can get you in office. Teresa wants to be governor of Oklahoma. I can get her there. Well, I don't get her right there, but get her close. I don't know Oklahoma. I know Florida politics real well. In fact, I was just working, doing a little something on the governor's races before I started this. Tonight, what would you do? Yipper. Yeah, if there's something I really love doing is politics, political cartoons, whatever. There's no people want to take everything to extremes, and they're not smart enough to do it any differently. So they think it's either one side or another. Not that there's all these other things too. And that's just lack of education in our country. Of course, England's turned much the same way, sadly. Gotta use your brain. Gotta read. Gotta read. That Whyte hit well. Like little fluffy drawings of fluffy things. That's not my style. It's hit them between the eyes. Next. That's why I can't do what Teresa does. I guess Teresa came and left. I like to. The idea of caricatures to make fun of people. That's the idea. You can change that around, but you're no longer doing caricature. You're not making fun of them. But these children's book things, I gotta kind of play into little subtle things, which I don't like. It ain't no fun. But I said I'd do them, so I will. You find some of these over at Fine Art America. That's how hard this is. I mean, this isn't my kind of thing, but I do it. So many things. I don't agree. I ain't doing it. Do it anyway. What are you kidding me? Who cares? Just knock it off. Go do it. All right. Was Mom Pa fair? Now, Mom. What if I just put bread? Mom and Pa films are a hoot. They are a hoot. Hoot nanny. I'm really bored right now. It's really boring. I hate this stuff. I hate getting bored with this stuff. How do people have patience for this stuff? They hate it. Yeah, I'm probably a little tired too. Got a lot done here past week. Yeah, Teresa's in a RV, so she moves around all over the place. One reason I'm doing these off the live now because it's tedious and I get sleepy and I just won't fall asleep during these. I don't understand people have patience for this stuff. Oh, yeah, if you have the patience to do this, good for you. But there's no reason because what are you going to do them for? At least we have something we used to be able to work for or record. Everybody's using AI now for almost everything. You don't need us to draw. Frustrating. One thing we can show that we can do that they can't do is being very clever. But you can only be very clever if you're smart enough to be clever, which is something I know I can do. And a lot of folks aren't reading enough to be able to get out there and counteract AI, which is simplistic. Pulls from my artwork, pulls from everyone's artwork. Who was I talking about? I was thinking Graham Nolan for some reason. Graham and just all of us who've worked professionally. It's all of our artworks all over online, and then it's easy to steal it. And so they do. And that's what AI is, stealing people's artwork. Find it funny that people do comparisons to. I mentioned that here before or somewhere else about the that looks like Walt Kelly. Oh, that looks like Disney. Oh, that looks like. They don't do that with AI, and yet it should look like it because they're stealing from Walt Kelly and Graham Nolan and me and everyone else who's ever put work online. That is theory. Teresa. Anyone who's putting artwork online is a victim of AI. But a lot of folks have no idea. Oopsie, I got a little too much there. The ladybug should be red, right? Yes. Why the ladybug's red? Not all. The ladybug's black. The actual ladybug's black. The wings are red. Ish. Orange is red. If hopefully you have some in your neighborhood. If you're not seeing bugs, that means your government is spraying too much and are killing everybody and everything. And I made this too mushy. Going back. I'm trying to get my head back into this. It's hard. It's hard. It ain't easy doing this. And unicorn or why do I want to keep calling her Elizabeth? I don't know why. Teresa, which is a variation of Elizabeth, actually. You can post your website or your where to find your work. Shay doesn't have a place anymore. It's just wandering of the interwebs, as some call it. But if you comment on here, you're free to promote yourself. How about where you are? What is it? It's 6:58. almost like it's dark outside. Well, we got a tropical storm out the window here. Nothing unusual for us in Florida. People from out of state, oh, we're all gonna die. I forget where I was here the past year where I had a ladybug land on me. I was so happy because they've kind of ceased to exist, just like lightning bugs. They used to be everywhere. But now the government guys are spraying all the spray they spray, and guys aren't surviving. Same like bees. And we're killing ourselves because we shouldn't even be breathing that. So if your bugs disappear in your area, you're breathing in what's being sprayed. That's not good. But there's a lot of money being made off those contracts. And you'd be surprised how many people you know who are being paid to go out there and do that stuff. They're making money from that. I point that out to people before they get all upset. Well, it's true. How many people you know they're actually doing it? And that's why you don't have much action, because they're afraid to lose their jobs. If I didn't explain, you're seeing the underside of the ladybug here. I don't think this is... It's okay. Trying to get into the mood of all this. I'm really hoping Wednesday I'm working or sooner on the children's books. I want to get those done out before I leave here. Now, I may not be leaving here until October, but definitely want to get those done before. Yeah, the other thing I have with the children's books are children's illustrations are I could do them all digitally, and I'd rather, especially author of one of them, I really like them all to be traditional, and me too. Again, not using any technology except for the scanning in part. Though I might take photos of them all, which is the case with, if you saw the post I did of the chicken with the eggs, or I posted I think today. That's actually not a scan, that's a photograph. Sometimes it look a little better. Well, that light blue's not too bad. Not done. I still have to come in here. I think I can just let that go. I'm not doing it for any reason others to do it. Except I am thirsty. Oh, I meant to get my root beer out. I forgot. Hello, Marcia. How are you? Now, do you have a page on here? I'm sorry, I don't remember all the details about you. Or are you there with Teresa? Oh, you're there with Teresa because you both are going to the Norman Rockwell. I think I read that somewhere. Blue that or red that or orange that. Yeah, Teresa's more a real artist type. I'm not. That's not the right mindset for it, even though I've been doing it for so long. People actually pay me. I was bemoaning earlier how I miss not doing caricature anymore. It's just, people just can't talk. They ain't got nothing to say. Ain't doing anything in their lives. Yes, we are headed to Massachusetts. Yeah, his museum's in Massachusetts. She put Michigan. Yeah, because when Mort Walker had his Museum of Cartoon Art, or whatever it was called, Cartoon Art Museum in Connecticut. I remember that Norman Rockwell it was kind of talked about this was back in the 80s and 90s before he moved it to Boca Raton briefly, which I was part of all that. Uh, but that was talked about like being kind of a tour of different art museums you could go to, going up into New England. But I thought maybe it got moved to Michigan. What do I know? Can you imagine young people today would not have no understanding whatsoever, none, why they would go see Norman Rockwell? That's extraordinary. But that's why I'm not doing caricature anymore. That's what's going on. I don't know if I've ever seen a Rockwell in person. I did. Furthest north I ever went was to Connecticut to that cartoon museum in '86. Met a great cartoonist, illustrator, Milt Caniff, who did Terry and the Pirates, amongst others. Joel Pfeiffer, who I later would encounter a number of times over the decades. It's amazing to me people don't know Joel Pfeiffer. Just extraordinary. Well, take lots of photos. Now, I said photos, not the paintings. Yeah, I'm not telling you to go. I mean, if you want to, go ahead. Maybe put one in your back pocket. Who's going to notice? Who's going to care? You mentioned on here, I've got a Rockwell. People are going to say, who? It's like I point out, you go ask some high schoolers. I've done this many times. And this is only in the last 10 years or so, 15 years. I say, do you know who Shakespeare is? The answer inevitably is all the time, no. And I should say public school students, not homeschoolers. That's a different thing entirely. And we're wondering why AI is taking off. Ooh, I am using this thick brush. That's not distinct enough that that's the back of the ladybug. Wow. Yeah, this tropical storm's been. I'm surprised I didn't have a ton of rain come in here. Oh, it's past 7 or 8. Sorry, I'm in Eastern Standard Time. You all are in. I'm in I'm in Central Time. God, I can't get used to this. I've never lived in this part of the world. I mean, I've visited, but briefly, and I'm gone again. Now I'm trying to deal with it all the time. Yeah, I found a couple pens. This is another pen. I think this is. I don't know what this is. But if you get a chance to do a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. Or if you don't want to, I know I'm being a little cranky right now. I admit I was doing a little political thing just before came on. I probably should have done it because it got my mind wanting to go back on the concern about our governor's race. Our primary is August 18th. August 18th, I'll be heading back to Marion County to go vote. So I won't be doing live for 2 days at least. 17th, 18th, that's a Monday and Tuesday. I'm hoping that I work this out because I need to attend a meeting Monday night. 17th, so I hope to go over the 17th, attend the meeting, then go vote on the 18th and head back the 18th. But then I'll probably sleep the 19th. Hear the results as I drive away. It's 5.5 hours to head back. Ain't a short trip. I'm giving him a little bit of a nose. Hope this is okay. For what it's worth. Spent too much time on it. the watercolor paper is starting to buckle a little. It's not the crescent board. The crescent board stuff I'll be working on here, which I just started. What the heck did I do with it? Where did I put it? I've lost Cypress Gardens. I have no idea what I did with Cypress Gardens. All right, so we it's terrible, I tell you, just terrible. I can't even find the drawing I did a little earlier here. Where is everything? Who am I? What are you people doing here? Yeah, really, this, how I did this is how I need to do those children's books things, and they're all mostly drawn, penciled. I just need to, and I'm going to do them live. I debated that, but I'm going to also hopefully help them sell it. Here it is. Here's the black and white. Here's the Hobbit Bee rabbit on chair with books, Hegel, and Cypress Gardens, which I'll go in. I'll scan it in like it is, and then I'll add color here. I guess I need to do this during the day when it's not so late. Can you hear the rain? I don't know. All right. Thank everyone who's watching. I really appreciate everyone who's been here, especially hearing me ranting and raving about. Yeah, I shouldn't do much political stuff before I do these, because I realize I'm not doing what I really like to do. And then I'll, oops, turn this around. Anyway, well, thank you all for being here, and I may come back tomorrow at noon and work with some color. And I will talk to y'all later. Rob Smith here. Have a good night. Safe travels to Massachusetts if Marcia or Teresa are still here. And thank everyone else. Unicorn, Shay Whyte, etc., etc. I love the interaction. That's something I should be really thanking you all most for, because that's something so important to me. And I got to clean these brushes too. Take care. Rob Smith here. Good night. Good night.